8 and a leader again. Whoa, switch on my man cause she lame, yeah, ain't got with a friend. Switch it up. See me on that highway, boy, whipping that form, 400 horses, that's a Porsche or a Benz. I ain't got no friends. Boom, I'm taking off fast. I put God first, and then I get cash. Cause life too fast, and money can't go. So when I receive, it's the money I blow. Cause I know I can get it right back. I only speak facts. What the fuck, I'm Rackz. Hold up, bring it back. I murder the track. Most of you rappers, you all hella whack. Smoking that crack, sipping that yak. But I be out here, boy, yeah, I'm worried about stacks. There's no competition, the way that I do it, I'm breaking them down. Hey, what's up everybody, Ricky Rackz here, in my home studio right now, here in Colorado. This video is gonna be, I'm gonna try to keep it short and concise, straight to the point, but not cut too many edges that I'm not getting my point across clearly, because I remember this was frustrating for me when I was first starting in making music. And yeah, so what this video is going to cover is how to bounce your audio files once you're done tracking your vocals into stems, and naming them, organizing them. Like, you're going to see my entire workflow and how important it is to stay organized, especially when it comes to bouncing stems. Because why do we bounce stems? So we can send them to other people, whether it's a mixing engineer, mastering engineer, whatever. But you need to bounce your files into stems. You want them properly named, you want them organized, so when whoever's receiving them, they can literally drag and drop, and boom, into the dawn, they're getting that sound clean and they're ready to work. Like, it's all about workflow, and I'm a master at workflow. So yeah, I'm gonna walk you guys through kind of what I'm doing here. So this is a single that I just finished recording. So I have 3 stages. I have a tracking stage, which is my recording vocals. I have my mixing stage, and I have my mastering stage. So 3 stages, and I have templates for each. So definitely I'll do another tutorial on that sometime soon, and maybe share a couple templates I've made. But use templates if you want a fast workflow. Nobody wants to get in there and literally load in all your compressors and EQs and color and name and do all that stuff over and over and over. Like, make a template, save it, use it, one that works for you. Anyway, so we're in Logic Pro today. Oh, let me post this, my bad. There we go. We're in Logic Pro, and here is my DAW session for my single coming soon, Where You At. Basically, I'm going to show you guys, this is the raw recording, so like I haven't cleaned anything, but everything is named and put in stacked folders and color coded, so like I obviously know where like what everything is, you know. So like that's just part of my workflow. Like, this is automatic. Like, see, I got my beat stack, my verse vocals, my hook / intro outro vocals, my ad libs, and then my vocal textures, all in their folders. Boom, all named. And here's my ad libs, here's my hook, my intro, my outro, hooks kind of technically, and then my verse vocal, and then the instrumental. Now I just used the instrumental to track, like the bounced instrumental, but I have all the stems to this song as I own the exclusive rights to this beat. So I have all the instrumentals, but that's getting into the mixing stage, which I'll show you at the end of this video. I'm going to import this stuff to the mixing stage. But anyway, alright, so I got all my vocals down. Oh crap. I got all my vocals down, and now I need to bounce them into stems, and I need to export them. So first thing I'm going to do is make sure everything's named properly and clean, so when I'm going to my mixing stage, it's ready to go. So here's all my vocals. They look really good, pretty clean. They're all cut. I did do some cutting, so like I got all the like silence and breaths and all that stuff cut out, so that's already all taken care of. So that's the first thing you want to do. I'm not going to show it in this video because I already did it, but after you record your vocals, just do the dirty work. So cut all the edges off, and there's still a little bit here, so like cut all the edges off, line it up, get it all cleaned up. Let's see. Okay, so like, see all this, that's unnecessary, doesn't need to be there. Clean that up.
do a quick clean. And on Logic, you can just click right here for like some things. I don't like doing it on my verses and my hooks, but like on like intro parts where I'm kind of talking and stuff, you could just hit Control X, and it'll do an auto cut for you. I don't want it like cutting in between all that, because then it cuts off some of your words. So I just go down, up, minus, super minus on the threshold to like where it gets all big like that, and then boom to the first dB of threshold. That'll give me like clean cuts, and then I'll put like honestly like 1 second on the pre-attack time and like 1 second on the post-attack time, so it doesn't cut any of my beginning or end words off. And then I hit OK. Alright, so that's cleaned up. Boom, boom. And let me just see, make sure. I'm going to just do one quick final thorough clean, just cut all the ends off, line them up before I bounce them. Here's my verse vocals, those are all cleaned up. Yeah, that looks good. Maybe cut a little bit more off right there. This can get cut right here. Boom. Yeah. Got my ad-libs right here. Those are already all cleaned up. And then my vocal textures. Okay, so in Logic, first thing you want to do is get a full view of the entire song. So here's the entire song right here. Make sure everything's named properly. Delete channels you don't need. Oh shit. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm gonna just do intro, voxac, so speech, lead, my backings, all those. See, and now they're all have like the file numbers and all that. That's all messy. Nobody wants to see that in stems when you're sending it. Where are you at tracking _29? Nobody wants to see all that. So what you do in Logic is just highlight it all. You could either highlight it all or come right here to the top and literally click on it and then hit shift and click on the bottom one, and that'll highlight it all too. That's probably the best way. Actually, that's the way you do need to do it. You need to highlight these, so just shift click and then shift click on the whole thing so they all highlight. You don't want to bounce the folder stacks though, because like it consolidates all of them and bounces them, and you don't need those. So just unclick all the folders themselves. You just want your tracks. So unclick that. Okay, so I got that. Then I right click on just any of the like audio pieces, and just go to rename our name regions by tracks. Boom, look at that. Now it's all cleaned up. Boom, all my tracks are named based off of what's right here. And now we're gonna bounce them into stems, so they'll be ready for drag and drop perfection. So basically, you just keep them all highlighted. They're all named properly. You want to make sure that your the cycle bar right here is all the way from the very beginning. It needs to be at 0. Like, make sure it's at 0. Zoom in if you have to, because like a slight second could ruin your stems. Like literally, make sure it's all the way to 0. The playhead is at 0, and go to the end of the last track, whether it's a vocal, whether it's the instrumental, like whatever the last track is. So in this case, it's this instrumental, and I'm gonna line it up as best as I can. Like, I want to see like right there, and then bring this little piece out because this is the end of the song, kinda. Right there, boom. So now the song is completely highlighted with the cycle bar from beginning to end. So when I hit spacebar, it's gonna go to the beginning and play all the way through the end every time. We'll give it a little listen real quick.
Shout out to my brother Hitter Beast, man, for lacing me on this track.
This is just tracking, no mix.
Highly exclusive. Rackz. This one been a long time coming. Let's go.
This shit's going in.
Where they at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where are you at? Where you at? Said you were my brother. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at?
Little preview, but I can't show you guys that yet because the sauce is not on there yet. Fire though. Alright, so what I would originally do is listen all the way through, make sure all the cuts are clean, no words got cut off, nothing like that. Everything's legit, they're named properly, everything's cleaned and just ready. I got my cycle bar from 0 to the end highlighted. Now what I'm going to do is go to File, and I'm going to go to Bounce, and I'm going to bounce regions, no, and replace all tracks? No. Project? No. I'm going to bounce tracks in place, all right? And you could do that with Control, Command, and B for the hotkeys, but I'm just clicking here for sake's purpose. I usually use hotkeys. So the settings are super important, okay? So do you want new tracks or to replace tracks? It's your preference. I do replace tracks because what it does is it just creates all new tracks. Then you have this window with like all those times 2. So I don't want that. I just want them to replace these tracks. This is automatically included, so just leave that alone. These are the 2 main ones: bypass effect plugins and include volume pan automation and normalize. So you're going to want to turn bypass effects plugins on. Click that because you want them. You don't want it to bounce and attach all the EQ, whatever you have going on here, because this is the tracking session. This is not my mix at all. This is going to sound completely different. So I don't want none of these plugins getting attached to that. I want a dry take. So bypass effect plugins, include volume pan automation. No, because I have stuff panned and volumes all moved around that would affect my mix. So I'm not going to do that. I want a dry stem with no effects and no volume included, just the volume at which I sang it at, which I know is good because I used a meter. It's between minus 18 minus 12 dB. So I just want a dry, clean take. Normalize makes your shit super loud. You don't want that. Like, always keep normalize off. Or you could do overload protection, but you rarely want normalize on, only for certain things, but definitely not for stems. Unless your shit is so quiet, like super quiet. But normalizing super quiet stems doesn't give you quality. So you want to get a good take, a vocal take recorded. Make sure you're setting up right before you even hit the record button. People want to jump in and record right away. Nah, get your level set, get everything set up, take your time, get it right. Get it till we get it right. Alright, so now I'm going to bounce the stems, and it's going to go all the way through and bounce all these for me. We got about 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, about like almost 30 tracks we're bouncing right now. So a lot of vocals here. I had a verse with 4 vocals stacked. I had the intro and outro with 5 vocal stacks, an ad-lib with just a double stack on the ad-libs, and then I did vocal texturizing, which is basically punchlines, and I did 12 layers of that. So I did 12 takes of punchlines. But that shit just gives your song a lot of dynamic. Boom. Look how gorgeous that is. All these stems starting at 0. No matter if you have like tracks all the way in the middle of your song, bouncing the stems with the cycle bar all the way to 0 gives you a silence. It'll show you like let me show you this. See, there, like these were right here. And see that this is all silence, but the stem allows you to do that. So whoever's getting these files literally can grab it and drag it to the very beginning, drop it in, and it's right where it needs to be. If you don't bounce stems and you send a bunch of audio files, like nobody's gonna want to grab each audio file, drop it somewhere, and try to match it. Like, that's a waste of time. Like, you got to be professional in dealing with stems. So anyway, I got all these bounced now. See, all my vocals are, and everything is completely stemmed. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to export it into a folder and take it to my mix template so I can load that up and start mixing it. Or if I was sending it to somebody else, so either way. But this is how I do it. Everybody's going to have their own way of organization, whatever. This is my workflow. So anyway, I have stuff named kind of properly, but it's still, after you bounce it out, it's this underscore BIP underscore stuff that makes it trashy. And you kind of want to put, it's best if you number everything so people can just drag and drop it and they know which order things are in, because like this is my lead vocal, and if they all say like, well, it's gonna say lead, but like you just numbering it makes it way better. So I'm gonna number it in the way from the whole DAW works from the very beginning. So I'm gonna go like this. This is gonna be the first stem you want to grab and put in second, third, fourth, and just put it in order as it is on my DAW. So I'm just gonna name everything real quick. One. And use underscores, because if you're sending it to somebody that's using a Windows computer, there could be technical difficulties, and just use underscores for everything. So I'm going to do 1 underscore verse lead. Boom. 2 underscore verse backing 1. Copy that. Oh no. That's I forgot it. This is the verse backing, and then I got a pan. Then I'm gonna do verse pan left and verse pan right, because I pan those two. I pan one left, one right on that stack. Okay, so those are named properly. Now I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna go hook. I'm going to do hook intro. Oh wait. 5 underscore hook intro. And then we'll go 6 underscore hook lead. 7 underscore hook backing 1. There we go. Hook backing 2. Hook backing 3. Hook backing 4. So I have my lead and my 4 dubs, my 4 backing tracks, so a stack of 5 on the hook, and that's 10. Now my ad libs, so I'm going to go, that was 10, so 11 underscore ad lib vox. I'm just going to put ad lib pan left, so we pan that one all the way left. We pan this ad lib all the way right, so ad lib pan right. And then now all my punches, so what was that last one? 12, so we'll just go 13 underscore punch L1. There we go, copy. Boom. Punch R1. 14. Punch L2. 15. This shit's tedious, but it goes a long way when you're thankful for it later when you're going into the mix and you're not wondering, oh, what the fuck is this file? Shit sucks. It's all about organization in this game. If you want to get through a tracking, a mixing, and a mastering stage and get your song released, organization, or you won't do it. I promise. I'm talking to experience right here. You know how many mixes I got lost in? It ain't fun. But now I got it on lock. All due to workflow. Take the time, take the initial time. Like carpenters always say, measure twice, cut once. Don't be in a rush. Perfect the craft. Do it with style. 16, 17, 18. We're almost there, you guys. We're almost there. Punch L4. 19. Punch R4. Yeah, we're almost there. 21 underscore punch L5. Punch R5. 23 punch R or L6. So I have 12 texture vocals stacks. That's a stack of 12 punch lines, all panned differently and volume differently, and it just gives your shit some really awesome flavor. 24 underscore punch R6. And then this is just the channel I'm talking on, so I can even hide that right now so I don't get confused. Okay. So now I'm ready to bounce my stems. They're all named properly. They're all wave format. They're all cleaned up. They're all ready to go. So I'm gonna do one more thing where I highlight it all again, just to rename it so it takes all these names. And I'm gonna go right click, name regions by tracks. Boom. Okay, now all my stems are named exactly as it is. They're in number order. So now I'm not gonna bounce instrumental because I already have that. And I'm gonna highlight all the folders, remember, because it'll bounce consolidated forms of that. So I have all my vocals ready to be exported for the mix. So they're all highlighted, everything's clean. You followed me up to this point. The tempo is 145, it's in G minor. The vocals are in G minor, everything's keyed. So now we're gonna go right here to File, and we're gonna go to Export, and you're gonna go to 24 tracks as audio files. There's all these different things. Make sure you go right here. Command E is the hotkey. 24 tracks as audio files. Now it's gonna give you the option to do some things. What's the range? What range do you want? Just a piece of it, all of it, whatever. So since we have the bar highlighted, the export cycle range, that yellow bar highlighted from beginning to end, you could use that one. What I usually do is extend file link to project end, because if you forget to have that yellow bar on all the way and you do export range, it'll only do where that yellow bar is, so it could cut off some of your vocals. Just to be safe, I always do extend file link to the end of the project, beginning to the end. There's a couple different things right here: AIFF, CAF, and Wave. Obviously, Wave is high quality. AIFFs are good too, but Wave is just the standard. You could do 8-bit, 16-bit, 24-bit, 32-bit float. 32-bit float is the best quality that you can get, but nobody uses it. Like, you don't use 32-bit, and when you're putting your music out into the world on streaming services, CDs are 44.1K, 16-bit. Apple iTunes is actually they use MP or M4A audio, Apple audio encoding stuff. So just go with 24-bit. It's the highest quality wave that can be used. Again, bypass effects plugin, same thing as when you're making the stems. You don't want none of the effects on your console. Let me show you. Oh crap, hold on, I'll show you guys here in a second. Damn it. Yeah, all my effects from this tracking session I do not want on there, so I'm going to go bypass that. I don't want none of the volumes included. I don't want none of the vocals to be panned. I want them all up the center, so don't even do it with that. And then I'm going to normalization off, same settings. Get a good look at that. This is another important part. There's 24 files. They're all going to go into a folder. Right here on custom is make a new folder all the time. Like, make a new folder that you want them in. So what's the new? They'll just put all those files like in your Logic folder, wherever you have your output set to. So I'm gonna create my own folder so it's organized, and if I'm sending it to somebody or when I'm coming back to it, I don't gotta reopen this window to remember the beats per minute, the key it's in. I'm gonna name everything in the folder. So it's gonna be called Where You At, no spaces, underscore, Where You At, vocal stems. Or I'm just going to put stems, where you at, stems, underscore. Actually, I have the instrumental stems, so I'm going to clarify. Vocal stems, so I know. So these are my where you at vocal stems. And I put 145, and where it should be point, I'm going to do an underscore, because sending it could be complicated. I'm not going to explain it why. But just do it like this. Where you at, the title, vocal stems, and then underscore 145.0021. Be specific on that number for the beats per minute, because just that 0.0021. And if you just say the beats per minute is 145, but it's 145.0021, those small thousandths of a second and hundredths of a second will make the difference. The stuff will be off when whoever's mixing it is dropping it in there. So be specific on the beats per minute. 145.0021 beats per minute, underscore, G minor. So that's how you write G minor. Some people that are newbies will have to spell it out because that's just a G by itself is G major. Small m means minor. Okay, so G minor. I'm going to create this folder, and I'm now going to export my stems. Export. Alright, so now it just stops. What do? I go to my folder where I know that my folder is at. And oh, there we go. There's a folder right there called Where You At? Vocal Stems 145.0021 beats per minute G minor. I click on it. Oh, I'll be damned. Look how organized that is. Now whoever gets this folder knows to start right here and grab the first one that goes first, second, third, and it's in numerical order, all named. They know these are all the punches. They know these are the ad-libs. These are the this is the hook lead and the hook backing tracks. This is the verse tracks. Damn, that makes life easy. So now I'm gonna go to my mixing template and well, I'm gonna put this in this folder real quick. Actually, hold on. Let's see. So we'll go right here to my hard drive where I keep all my current songs I'm working on. And I'm going to go see, these are all my folders. I use this setup for every song I do. My beat license, the original wave, consolidated, bounced, mastered, instrumentals. Then the stems, if once I get them, so like see I have all these stems because I exclusively own this beat. And look at Hit a Beats is my boy that made this beat, and look at how clean he didn't number it, but look at Future open hi-hat, a snare, 808, clap, hi-hat, kick, pad, pluck, percussion. Like I know what every instrument is. I'm not like, oh, what's this? I have to load it, listen, and then name it. Like no, it's all organized. That's professional. So now I got my instrumental stems right here. These were old. I got my instrumental stems right here, and I'm going to drop my new vocal stems in there. Why is it not? Oh, here it is. Copying items over. Alright. Oh, that probably dropped in here. Yeah, I did. Boom. So now in my stems folder for Where You At, I have my the instrumental stems and I have my vocal stems. So now I can go to tracking where I have my tracking template, and I mean my this is where this tracking thing was saved. I'll go to my mixing stage and I have my mixing template. So I'm gonna go right here, go to File, New from Template. Do you want to close the project? Do not close. Keep it open. See, and then here's my templates. I have a tracking template and I have a mixing template, and I got to make a mastering template. It's there's not really a template for it. It's just mainly having my plugin set up because there's only 2 tracks on my master. But here's my mixing template, and I'm going to give you guys a quick little look on how I load these in, and we'll call it from there. So I'm going to go to the mixing template, choose, boom. Do you want to close? And that's why we use Pro Tools, because it doesn't crash. Now, I love recording in Logic, but I usually mix in Pro Tools, honestly, because it doesn't crash like that. But hey, thank God for autosave. So, alright, so now I got those all in there. So now I'm going to mute, I know I like verse 2 a lot with my voice, so I'm going to mute the verse vocals, that all the same. For on channel 3, I'm just going to completely mute all those. And I'm going to mute all of them for channel 1. And I'm going to close that. I'm going to close that. I'm even going to hide them. So I'm going to hide that and that. They're muted. Boom. Okay. Hide anything I'm not using right now. Hide the vocal chops. And then hide these 2 channels right here I'm not using. Boom, boom. All right, hide this channel. Boom. Okay, so now let me get a full view look. So here's the entire song, and it should sound pretty good. Here's my hook, my intro, my outro, and here's my verse vocals. They're all routed. Here's all the instruments. Now I'm ready to mix, but this I'm gonna let it play through, and then we're gonna call it, and I'll do another mixing template for you guys some other time. But let's give it a hear, just real quick. I'm not gonna play it all the way through. See, here's that channel. No clipping. It sounds loud, clean. Woo! There's no clipping, peaking at minus 13 dB. That's what I recorded at in the tracking session. So 13. It's dry, nothing on it.
There's nothing. Shout out to my brother Hidden Beast, man,
so you guys can hear
for
that.
lacing me on this track.
Yeah, hopefully you heard my voice.
Highly exclusive.
But here's my
Rackz.
beat right here.
This one been a long time coming. Let's go. Where they at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where are you at? Where you at? Said you were my brother. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at?
Oh, you know what? I totally forgot. I didn't have my other vocals in there. But yeah, that's how you do it. Like literally, that's how you bounce your stems. Send them to somebody or have them organized neatly for yourself. Open up your mixing template, drop them in. This is how you work fast if you want to get songs done. Yeah. If you like the video, subscribe, like. I'm gonna have more coming. Hopefully, I was able to explain it clearly, and I don't have a problem answering questions. So go ahead and shoot me an email. Information will be at the end of the video. If you have any questions or comment below, whatever, and I'll try to get back to you. Ricky, Rackz, One Love, and Where You At?